Hi, it's David at Art David Smith. So, I've been doing videos for a while because I've been busy with some books that I've been illustrating, some children's books. So when I get a release date, I'll let you all know on those. So I thought I'd bring myself back into doing some of the videos gently with a character. I went online to see who was the most popular Fortnite character at the moment. Character I'm completely unaware of, called Guff. Apparently chapter 2 season 2. So I thought I'd have a crack at drawing him, her, it. So we're not doing the Incredibles, as you can see from here, but we have got this eye shape. So that's just basically, as with other videos, it's given us a scale to initially work to. So it's quite a simplistic character. So the head section, I'm going to use the initial curve of the top of the head, and then we're going to extend out so as far as I'm aware, my son does not own this character. I've never seen him playing with it, so this is really the first time I've seen him. So the head part, I can just knock out some of these lines that we don't need now. Kind of got a bit of a double chin thing going on here, so it kind of just goes into his chest area. And he's got these shoulder pads. I'm just kind of roughing it at this point. So the eye main stem is going to eventually become the body, so I'm just going to tweak about with that now as well. So yeah, we're just throwing these lines in quite quickly to get the overall scale and shape of the figure. As I mentioned, the initial eye is what's giving us the scale and proportion that we're going to work to. I'm going to throw these arms in very simply at this stage. Sit around that area. So I know recently on Fortnite there's been all sorts of characters tipping up. I particularly like the one, I don't know what it's called, it's just like some great big gloopy ball of jelly or water or something like that. That looks pretty cool. As I say, I've been so busy, wrapped up in the books I've been doing. I've not really, I don't play Fortnite. I'm absolutely terrible at it. Just considering I used to design and do the artwork for computer games, I just cannot get the coordination right for playing Fortnite. Absolutely terrible. I'm afraid Animal Crossing is more my bag nowadays. So just putting these shoulder pads in to here. They fall within this area. Now, in regards to subject matter, obviously if there's anything that you'd like me to cover, if it's any other Fortnite characters or anything like that, any other subject, please leave a comment. I'm absolutely starved of inspiration at the moment. Obviously with all the COVID stuff going on at the moment and no films coming out, no new characters, TV stuff, all been shelved until it's safe for people to work again. I've kind of been struggling with subject matter to cover, so if you can think of any other subjects that you'd like me to take a run at, please feel free to leave me a comment as what you'd like me to break down into a video for you to draw. So I'm kind of just quickly putting these hands into here. So as I say, please forgive my lack of knowledge on this guy, but I don't know if he's some sort of chicken hybrid or what. It seems to, as I say, be all sorts of characters tipping up in the game. So I'm guessing this guy could literally be anything. Or just a big blamongy looking chap. Either way, I like him, he's pretty cool. So we've got this bizarre diver's or diving hat on, swimmer's hat. And the giant ears. Again, we're just firing this in really quickly, and as you've seen on countless other videos now, I can go in and do the cleanup once I'm happy with how this guy's all scaled and that all the features are working with each other. There's no real conflicts. And usually when you're drawing something, if you've gone into too much detail too quickly, say if I was just concentrating on this head area, it can often throw out, you put too much effort into the face and then you've not left enough space for, say, the body or something like that. At least if you rough it out like this very, very quickly, you get a feel for whether the proportions are correct. So I knew immediately there those eyes were a little bit too large. Still might be, might come back to those. Simplistic mouth. So I know roughly that's not doing so bad at the moment. I think their proportions are something like. Just knock them lines out a little bit more. So this large star on his chest as well. So again, we're just roughing those in quickly just to make sure that A, it's in the right position, and B, we're happy with the scale of the star on the chest. Anything this side, just do a little bit more, so that's going to drag that over as well. Okay, something like now. So then down into the lower body, these simplistic but large feather type shapes. And again, if you're having a go at drawing something like this, it's perfectly fine to adapt it slightly. You can have larger feathers, you could quite easily proportion this guy up to bulk him up, so you could put larger shoulders on there, make him significantly wider. A lot of these lessons, what I try to do on the channel is equipping you with the basics so you can then take them forward to have a play, and then this might lead to you coming up with your own characters. But if I show you how quickly and how simply you can put something together, it's then easy to adapt it in your own drawings, and that doesn't matter whether it's these kind of Fortnite characters or if you're drawing figure drawings like we did in one of the lessons where we showed you how to change the standard figure into small and wide and then tall and heroic. And it's worth checking out the video if you've not had a chance to yet. So it really explains how just by playing with those proportions it really does change the character, what you're coming up with. So I'm just checking those eyes out again. Size wise we're kind of okay at that. Mouth. Yep. So as I said before, I've been working on these children's books. So as soon as I know something, just waiting for release dates really with the client's printers. Then I can share you the news and let you check out some of the stuff, what I do behind the scenes. Well, a lot of you know already, I do a lot of work with a local tattooist in my area. We tend to specialise in bespoke pieces for his shop, and then my private work can literally be anything from somebody's pet commission, so it could be a picture of their dog or the horse. Doing a lot of horses at the moment, so it can literally be anything from that through to the children's book illustration stuff that I do now. So what tends to happen with that kind of stuff is I bridge the gap for the independent authors by doing their artwork. Saves them going to the big publishing houses, even if they could get picked up. It's not always easy, and it gives them opportunity to at least have some quality artwork in their books. When you're doing a children's book, obviously quality artwork is the first thing that people see, so I make it affordable for them, and they can at least have some really nice artwork in their books. So that's what I do a lot of in the background when I'm not doing YouTube videos. So if there's anybody out there who's written a book during lockdown, and you were thinking about how you might want to get it illustrated, by all means get in contact. All my details are on there. You can check out my Twitter feeds, Facebook page, everything else. get in contact with me via one of those avenues. We can have a chat. In the meantime, all I'm doing is kind of working around the character now, putting in these very simple feathers, and just making sure that the hands are properly in proportion, which I think I'm just about certainly proportion enough, not that I'm going to worry about it too much. Okay. Let's put that 3D ness to the star as well. It does set a little bit in profile on the character's chest. Kind of marking those on. Obviously off the camera, what I will then do, and I'm not going to bore you with now because you've seen it numerous times if you've followed my channel for a while. I'll clean it up off a camera, or I'll ink it in, speed up that section of it so you can at least see it being done. And then I'll pop it through onto Photoshop and colour it in. I mean, normally you wouldn't necessarily do the black lines on a character like this. It's not the style of the original. But for the purposes of our exercise, we're going to black the lines in, take it through, colour it up. Okay, so there we go. There's his guff. The proportions are about right on that. So I'll clean it up off the camera, but if you remember from our original rectangle with the circle at the top, the eye shape formation, we've now taken that. That gave us the initial scale and proportion from which to work, gave us the ability to position it on the page centrally as well, and then we've just adapted those shapes to turn it into the Guff character. As I mentioned, I will clean this up and then pop it all onto YouTube, but in the meantime, any other videos, please give me some comments, give me some feedback. I really need some new material that we can start working on. So whether it's Fortnite, whether it's any other cartoon characters you'd like me to run through, by all means leave those comments in there, leave your likes, leave your feedback, and I'll get back to you soon. But thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.